Good morning, very happy Monday. First of all, I'm sorry that this video is a little bit late. It was a really busy Friday, so I didn't get an opportunity to film it, so I'm having to do it nice and early on Monday morning. We're talking about reflection this week. There's lots of work on reflection in your packs, and this is something that you've done quite a lot of school. And we know that if something is reflected, it means like a mirror. So this line here, I want to reflect this shape in this line, and it means imagine there was a mirror on that line. What would this shape look like? Now I know for a lot of you a mirror isn't something that you have lying around, and that can be a bit difficult, but I would recommend asking your grown-ups. I won't be surprised if they have one. If you've got somebody in your house who wears makeup, they could well have one for doing the makeup when they're out of the house, or if you've got somebody in your house who does a fair amount of DIY, sometimes they have mirrors because they're really useful for like looking under things when you're trying to fix electricity and anything with plumbing. They could well have a mirror, you never know. The other thing that you might have is sort of anything vaguely shiny. This is the lid of a biscuit tin, but it's shiny enough that if I put it on that line I can just about use it as a mirror. My last suggestion is using a camera phone. I've got this iPad here, and if I put the iPad on the line with the camera on selfie mode, I can use that to see how it will be reflected. It's kind of not perfect, it takes a bit of tilting the screen, but you can do it. So before I get on to the computer part of the video where I really show you what symmetry means, I just wanted to remind you that it's like there's a mirror on the line. You're looking at it reflected, so this would be like that. And then I check it with my mirror or whatever I'm using by going, does what I've drawn look the same as what I can see in there? And yes, it does. It's a bit more tricky when the line is slanted, so I would start by putting my mirror or my phone or my shiny thing onto the line that I'm reflecting in, taking a peek, and then drawing the same thing. So I saw it like this in the mirror. My squares aren't totally even, so it's not perfect, but then I check, is that what I see? And I can go the other way. Is that what I see? Is it the same? Is the line doing exactly the same job as the mirror? And yes, it is. So that's just a bit of information about how to use a mirror or something shiny or some technology to help you with your symmetry task. So just show you on the grid, symmetry, if we're going to reflect a shape in this line, I'll just build a shape so you can see. Reflecting, it means it's going to sort of be the same but backwards, like you're seeing it in a mirror. So I'll just show you how this one would look, and then I'll talk you through how I do it in greater detail. The shape reflected in the line would look like that. Like there's a mirror on this line. When you're doing your worksheets and copying them into your books, a couple of things to check. Is the gap between the shape and the line the same? So here I've got a gap of 1 square all the way up, and on the other side I've also got that gap of 1 square all the way up. Let's add some more shapes. Now, I'm very aware that some of you might not have a mirror. Putting the camera mode on your phone and holding it up to your line is a really good way of doing that. That would work the same. But if not, you're going to have to get a bit clever, and I'll show you how I do that now. I want to reflect this shape in this line here. And I would start by going, which bit of it is closest to the line? And that's this red square here. And I've got 1, 2, 3 blocks before I need my red square. So at this side I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 empty blocks, and then my red square. And I know that that is a reflection that's accurate there. I've got that same gap between that and the line, and it hasn't moved up or down in this line. It stayed in the same level and the same distance from the line. And then working backwards from the line, I can see that what's next is a yellow square, and then another yellow square. Now this yellow square here has a green square above it. So the one touching the red square has a green square above it. So on this side, I see the one touching the red square, I'm going to do this one, needs a green square above it. And I'm not using the mirror here, because I know you might not have one. I'm doing it by working it out. And then touching the green square is a yellow square here. And then above this row here is a blue square. I'm doing it by thinking about it logically. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, yes, that looks right, that looks like a good reflection. And I might check it by going, how far away from the line is the blue square? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty blocks for the blue square. And on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty blocks before the blue square. So as well as what's on your sheets this week, symmetry is just such a fun thing to explore with things around your house. Like, am I symmetrical? Does my face have a line of symmetry? What do you reckon? Let me know what you think. Look at your clothes. Are they symmetrical? At the moment I'm wearing a t-shirt which is very symmetrical, but these trousers, not symmetrical. The stripes go different ways. Behind my head, if you can see, I've got these wonderful pictures of insects, and they show fantastic symmetry. So have a look around your house. What can you find that's symmetrical and what isn't symmetrical? Let me know how you go on. Have fun, because symmetry is such good fun. Maybe if you've got an outdoor space, it's a really good one to do with some chalk outdoors. Let me know how you do. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.